Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Don't rely on your own intelligence. Know him in all your paths, and he will keep your ways straight. You've probably heard this passage before, right? Trust in the Lord, and God will keep your paths straight, but do not rely on your own intelligence. Trust in God, right? It makes me think of an experience I had the other day. Now, I will be the first to tell you this is maybe a silly example, but it does work. The other day, I was sitting watching TV, not really watching TV, but kind of mindlessly watching TV. You've ever had those experiences? I know you know what I'm talking about. And I had my phone out, and I was looking for a new game to play, something that would just be kind of fun, just kind of play around with it. And I found this game, and I kid you not, it was a simulator for driving a bus. Yes, I can tell you that I actually did end up playing this game where you got to play a bus driver. Everything from opening the doors for passengers to selling tickets to passengers to dealing with their complaints even, turning on the AC and all this stuff. And as I was getting ready to play the game, I kept bypassing all of the little things that would pop up, little information nuggets, little tutorials. I even saw this thing where it said, you know, you can play a practice round and see how you are at driving, learn the bus a little bit. And my first thought was, well, first of all, this is a game, so it's kind of low stakes to begin with. But my second thought is, I know how to drive a car. And if I know how to drive a car, and there's no stakes involved, no one can get harmed in the making of this game, then why do I need to read the instructions? Why do I need to learn from the tutorial? I'm just gonna do it. So I just bypassed all of that and started playing the game, and I found that every time I would turn the wheel just a little bit, and by turning the wheel I mean just turning the phone here and there, I would swerve all over the road. One of the comments from a passenger on the bus, albeit a fake person, was, if I wanted to die, I wouldn't have gotten on a bus, right? It was pretty dramatic. But one of the things that I realized afterward is I may have done better had I read some of the manual. Had I taken even just a few minutes to go through a tutorial, I may have learned something that would have helped me play a little bit better. Here I am, though, trying to fiddle with the bus's air conditioner while unable to stay in the lane. I think I even ran a couple of trucks off the road. Now, before you hear this mid-video, let me be clear, video game, right? But it makes me think about this passage a little bit, or perhaps this passage makes me think about the experience a little bit of what it means to live in God's way. Yesterday's devotional talked a little bit about it, but here we are talking about it again, that when we rely on God, when we fully put our trust in God and not in ourselves, when we admit that there's things that we are not able to do on our own, when we fully admit that there are things we don't fully understand, then suddenly we're able to do more. Because God invites us to do more. God equips us to do more. But if we simply say, I think I've got this without any help, guess what's going to happen? Like driving a bus all over the road and knocking cars off the side, we're just not going to succeed. And so my hope for you is that you get an opportunity today to recommit yourself to following God's paths. To recommit yourself to trusting in God and not relying only on what you know, but trusting that God is far more understanding and knowing than you, and might even have something to teach us. So don't bypass the instructions, don't bypass the tutorials. Spend time with God, learn from God, and drive that straight path ahead. Amen.